And here we have a fantastic homage to the electronic cult group Kraftwerk. You don't think it's Kraftwerk?
To me, it's more about Boy George. To me, it's more about transsexual. Not transsexual exactly, but more like, about transvestite, a drag queen.
You just think there is a dress there?
Yeah, I think that's the dress.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, and you think it's a body?
Well, I think to me it has much more to do with the planes and like the reconstruction of biology through like very early computer imaging, like really clunky and really poorly done.
Beros 80 metais čia buvo viena pagrindinių džankių susirinkimų vieta ir paskui atsirado staiga,
Linkėsiu laimės, o jis atsinešė tiek, oi, graži. Palinkiu laimės jauninių proga, sveikatos ir meilės.
O gal galėtumėt papasakoti apie šitą paminklą?
Šitą nieko nežinau, aš iš toli, atleiskit, skubinu bažnyčėlį.
O jeigu bažnyčioje būtų toks paminklas, ar būtų gerai?
Tokio nereikia, reikia bažnyčioje Kristaus ir maldos ir tykumos, ne, bažnyčioje.
Bet Kristus gali šitaip atrodyti.
Kaip?
Čia toks šiuolaikinis Kristus, jeigu tarkime.
Šiuolaikinis Kristus ir gaivinantis šiandien Kristus. Jis atgaivina šitas vandenėlis nuo visko. Nuo mirties, nuo visko. Kristaus kūnas ir kraujas. Ai, nuskubu. Laimingas.
Per amžius.
Sėkmės amžius.
Hello?
My name is Catherine Hemmelreich, and I'm going to tell you a fairy tale tonight about what happens when you turn off TV, but can only happen on TV. Tonight's story begins in a small cottage in a wood. There is smoke coming from the chimney, and inside we find the newly married Emma and Jonathan. They're watching their favourite wildlife programme on their small set that sits near the fire. Just as the penguins are diving between the ice sheets, their TV goes blank. Moments after, the rest of the lights in the house go out. They hear a knock at the door. Emma goes over and opens it. Standing there is an old woman. She is wearing a cape and holding a vial of glowing potion. Before Emma can speak, the crone throws the mixture over Emma and she turns to stone. Jonathan is aghast and runs towards the pile of rocks that was his wife. As Jonathan looks up at the woman, she hands him a letter and leaves. By the light of the fire, Jonathan reads, "They had forgotten to pay the electricity bill. Company policy states, upon non-payment of a bill, a member of the household is turned to stone until receipt of payment." Jonathan hugs the Emma-shaped rock and goes to bed. In the morning, he goes through the trees to the village and pays the bill, and Emma stops being a statue. The end.
Standing in front of a monument, I'm trying to understand it. I think it's a monument to multiple personality, but I'm not so sure yet. Yeah, it's plenty of heads. I do think, I mean, there's... To me, it's like a... has something to do with schizophrenia.
Tell me more.
Multiple personalities?
Yeah, but they're all centered.
Yeah, but I mean, it's only one person with multiple personalities,
Yeah,
right?
but I think multiple personality is not centered. Look, they are all coming out of the same, stem, out of the same center, no?
But you don't think that why don't you think that multiple personalities come from the same... I mean, like at the end, if they come from the same brain, they, in a sense, come from the same center.
Okay, so it's like a representation of the brain projecting multiple personality.
Yeah, but that's boring, though.
Why is it boring?
I
You
don't
mean
know.
it's a boring representation?
It's a boring idea.
Yeah, but it's your idea, it's not my idea.
I know, I'm just thinking about that it's a boring idea, so...
Yeah, even if you're multiple personality, it doesn't mean that you are not boring,
I guess so.
right?
Yeah. I always wanted to see the monument to Christina Aguilera. I'm really happy that you brought me here. It's so nice.
Because you're Latina.
Yeah, I mean, I feel really close to my roots now. It's amazing.
Right.
I feel like there is a part of me here, you know, like a representation of my origin. I don't feel a foreigner anymore. Like, I feel like I belong.
Great, and to me the great thing is that I think this monument for Christina Aguilera contains both shades of her hair. It's both blonde and it's also dark, right? So it's really embodies her essence.
And it's also about like night and day and life, you know.
Yes.
It's very moving. It touches my heart.
Do you think Christina Aguilera is so popular? Populatina.
Because she's good, no?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, what does she, like, you know, addresses? What does she touch in people's soul?
The inner beauty.
The inner beauty?
Yeah.
Think so?
The power of innocence in the young female.
Junk female?
Yeah.
Junk
The young
fem-
female inside of.
Junk female.
Yeah.
Where is this term coming from? Junk female.
I think it's.
From writings of Britney Spears?
I think so. Yeah. It's like her last book of essays.
Yes.
There is.
Essays on my ass. Essays.
Essays, exactly.
Essays.
There is an essays
Essays, yeah.
where she addresses the fact of the powerlessness of the young female and how it needs to be touched upon and made an issue for future generations to think about. And I think that's also why it's very important that there's a monument to commemorate these brave women of this generation that are trying to do something for the rest of us.
Does your ass empower you?
Not yet.
At some point there was like a cemetery here. And then in the 80s, when I was a kid, they started like, you know, to reconstruct the whole area. And what they did, they built a monument here with 8 persons.
And what are they
And
now?
it was for the Red Army. I think, like, you know, for the Red Army, which liberated Lithuania. So I mean,
Liberated Lithuania from who?
from fascists. So it was like, you know, sort of George W. Bush, Hussein kind of choral. And then they were removed at some point, and they were just, I don't know. Probably they are in that place where you
Where I'm
wanna
going
go.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really like this monument now. I mean, like, you know, the area.
It looks like a monument to indifference.
Indifference?
Yeah.
Explain, please.
No, it's indifferent.
Okay. And the thing is that it's really uncomfortable to sit on these, right? And if it would be comfortable, imagine how nice it would be. That you come
But
here.
it's even better that you can't.
Why? You don't like to sit? You don't like to
I
sit
like
on
to
monuments?
sit, but it's the gesture without the possibility.
Okay. So it means it's a symbolic gesture.
Yeah, we use an empty gesture, which is what monuments are anyway.
Yeah. So?
Which is why at the end they should be actions and not gestures, right?
Yes.
So this
So
seems like a very
what's the difference of gesture and action?
well. A gesture is not completed. It's just a gesture is what a politician does. It says, if you elect me, I will make a bridge.
Yeah.
But he never makes the bridge. He just does the symbolic gesture of the bridge.
You mean
While-
like a promise?
A promise, yes. Campaign promises. That's a gesture.
Yeah.
While action is actually you go and make the bridge.
So, is there a chance for gesture to become an action? Or it's doomed? Not.
Well, if you it depends. No, if you complete the gesture, it becomes action.
Right.
But that's a matter of if you carry it through or if you want to stop.
So in that sense, gesture is more open than action, because gesture still, like, you know, contains a possibility, and action completes it.
Yeah, but that's been the case that a lot of people has made about gestures. The problem is that I think that they are exhausted at the moment. Because it's too easy to contain a possibility. But it's much more difficult, and it changes now as history changes. This changes too. It becomes more difficult now to actually carry a possibility than
You
just.
mean to realize it?
Yeah, it's too easy to suggest.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even make, if you still want to